Hey, what's up guys? My name is Stuart Reese. I'm a guitarist and a singer and a songwriter. Today I'm playing at a wedding at a place called Zevenwacht in beautiful Cape Town, South Africa. And I'm using my RCF Evox JMix8. This is the PA system I've been using for the past year or so. And what I'll do is I'll try to get some footage for you, show you my basic setup, and then tell you about my experience with the system so far. So starting at the top, I use a Shure Beta 87A microphone, and then moving down to the bottom here, I run a looper, a bit of reverb, a bit of trem, and a drive for when I'm improvising. This is my get. I leave it pretty flat, and then this is the column array, starting at the top down to the bottom. The cool thing about this particular column array is that it's got a mixer built into it, and it's got a really nice sound, so you can control everything at the back here if you want to, but there is an app that you can use which makes it a lot easier to control via Bluetooth. The satellite clips into the back of the sub over here, so it makes for easy transportation. I've actually got two of these, so when I do something bigger I just run the other column from that link out, and then in the app I just select stereo. Today I only need one for this space. I'm not even really pushing it. At weddings you don't really go too loud for this section. Let me quickly show you the app. I won't go into too much detail about this. I'll do a separate video, but basically it works like a normal digital mixer. You'd select your channel. This is my microphone. There's my level, there's my effects. I'm not running a monitor today, but there is an aux out on the back there if I was. And then going through it really quickly, there's an EQ, that's what I've done to my voice. There's a preamp, I've just added a bit of gain, put a high pass filter on, and then it's a bunch of compressors under dynamic. So depending on your instrument, obviously I'm using this for vocals. So, and then you can select your channels from there. And I quickly want to show you just on outputs here what I've done. Obviously I'm not running stereo. If I was running stereo I would select stereo, and then this EQ live button sort of tucks in the lows a little bit, but personal preference, leave it off. And then it's just got this mastering function. As you go through this list it just gets louder and louder, so it's a personal preference on that as well. Master boost seems to work for me.
Hey little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone? I got a bad desire. No, I'm on fire. And tell me, baby girl, is he good? Tell baby, all I need. Your darkness is all I see. Girl, come. Can't you see that it's just raining? Yeah, no need to go outside. But baby, you hardly even notice when I try to show you. To the riptide, taken away from the dark side. I wanna be your left hand.
So that is the entire system, and there's a satellite in the back. Pretty cool. Mixer, amp, sub, and tops, and then that's the extender pole over there. Very important that you don't forget that behind. Alright, I'm going to be talking to you from the point of view of a musician who plays at weddings, private functions, corporate functions, restaurants, the type of gigs where you've got to take your own sound gear with you. And for me personally, the lighter and the quicker it is to set up, the better. So column array, I'm an advocate for them. I think they sound really good, especially for acoustic and vocals. They sound good at low volumes, and they can get fairly loud when they need to. Particularly this RCF J8. Personally, I haven't heard a column array get as loud as this particular speaker. It's 1400 watts, 126 dB, and I've used it to DJ a few times, about 100 to 120 people. I wouldn't go further than that, or wouldn't do more than that, but the system is loud. When you play music through it, I feel it can get much louder than when you play through it live. But back to the pros and the cons. Pro definitely being that mixer that's built into the sub. The satellite fits into the sub as well, so it's in terms of taking your gear in with one trip, it's a possibility with this system. It's easy, it's convenient, but the mixer sounds damn good. That's important to know. It's got really nice reverbs on it, it's got compressors, got really nice EQ on it. So yeah, that's really cool. It's also, because it's controlled via Bluetooth and the app, you can actually play music straight to it as well from your tablet, so that eliminates another cable right there. Literally all you've got to do is put your power into that speaker, and you're running a satellite, you're running a sub, and you're running your mixer, which is pretty cool. I remember when I had a PA with just two 15-inch speakers on stands, having to run sometimes extension cables to both, then running audio signal cable to both, finding power for your mixer, etc. You guys know how it is. So the mixer built in, big win. The fact that you can get that satellite speaker so high is also, I think it gives this system one up on the other column arrays. Because if you're playing in a venue that's quite full, and people are standing sort of really close to where you're playing, I find that the other column arrays, I'm talking about the ones with like sort of a plastic extender, and then the speaker goes, or it's the column, you know what I mean. Turbosound RP1000, Bose L1 Compact, LD, Maui 28. I've used all of these systems, and I found that the tweeter at the top is often playing into someone's head. And so it's not necessarily getting to the back of the venue, where this system, you can get that tweeter, or you can get that satellite above everyone's head, and it can throw far, right down to the back. But that being said, you now need to take an extender pole and a speak-on cable with. So it's just one extra thing to sort of remember and to carry. But I think it's a small price to pay. Then something I've noticed on that system, well, let me first, before I say something bad about it, let me just tell you, I think it's crystal clear. It's loud, and it's warm. It's almost, I would say it's true. What I think my guitar should sound like and my voice should sound like, the system seems to project it out. I've never had someone come to me and say that doesn't sound nice. But I find when I'm indoors, sometimes that sub can be a bit boomy, and it's often, I'll take a few steps away and it won't be as boomy anymore, but in the vicinity where I'm playing, I think it's got something to do with the plastic cab. Yeah, so that's one thing when I'm indoors, especially if there's concrete floors around, something that bothers me, probably the only thing that bothers me. Well, if I have to be really honest, today's wedding, the parking lot was quite far, and this system weighs, I think, 24 kgs, the JMix8. Doesn't seem heavy, but at wedding venues, like you got to, where you perform is often very far from where you can park your car. And today I think it was about 200, maybe 250 meters. So by the end of that walk, I was like, hey, wasn't wearing my my most comfortable shoes. So it can get a little bit heavy. I think there are lighter column arrays out there, but again, it's a sort of a price you got to pay for the quality and the convenience you get with having a full range system plus a mixer and everything built into one. It is quite an expensive system. Yeah, in South Africa, if you want a pair, you would get the JMix8 and then just a J8, because you won't need a mixer in your second one. You're probably looking at about 45 grand for the pair, which might be expensive for some people. I know that you can buy, these days you can get a PA system for 15 grand or 20 grand, but it's premium. It's a premium brand, and it just sounds better. It's the simple things. When you spend money on sound gear, I find something as simple as a venue with bad electricity. If you have got cheaper speakers with cheaper components, speakers are going to buzz. Whereas if you're using a quality brand, a well-known established brand, with the systems just seem to be able to handle bad electricity. Also, obviously, if you're pushing the sound, if you're turning it up loud, or you're using it often, the more, I guess it's just better components in it. They seem to last longer. Yeah, I don't foresee myself breaking these things. I don't know how I would. I've pushed them really hard. Yeah, so all in all, I think it's probably the best column array that I've played through. For me personally, and for what I do, which is acoustic vocals, and I use a kick drum, and I do a little bit of looping as well. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. What I will do is I'll do a separate sort of, these aren't really reviews, this is just kind of me chatting about what I think about the product. I'll do a separate one on the mixer, and I'll just sort of show you how it works and stuff. But yeah, my opinion is you cannot go wrong with this column. You can't go wrong with any column array. That's what I think. Just if you are going to get one with a mixer built inside, just make sure it's got reverb, because I know there are a couple. I think HK has just come out with one now. It seems like an amazing system, perfect for sort of a DJ, but for a musician, no verb on it. Same as the Bose L1 Compact. Beautiful sounding PA system, no reverb on it. And that means you must take a desk with you if you want some verb. Cool. Guys, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, you're welcome to send them through to me, and I'll do my best to answer them. All the best to you guys. Cheers.